The Student of Prague from 1913 is a silent horror film directed by Paul Wegener and Stellan Rye. It's loosely based off of the Edgar Allan Poe story William Wilson. It's also kind of a twist on the legend of Faust. We'll get to that soon. Now let's talk about the plot. It's about a poor student named Baldwin who's played by Paul Wegener. This is a pretty starring role for Wegener. It was before he made his 3 Gollum movies, or The Magician, or anything like that, so it's interesting to see him in his earlier years. Anyway, so Baldwin is supposedly the best fencer in the city of Prague. However, we never see any duels though. We usually just see him practicing in front of a mirror. One day he saves a young countess named Margit from drowning in a lake after her horse accidentally dropped her. He quickly falls in love with her, but soon discovers that he'll have to compete with her rich cousin, Graf von Schwarzenberg, who also wants to marry her. He knows that his poor wealth won't be able to compete with her cousin's riches, so he makes a wish that he became wealthy. Then a sorcerer named Scapinelli comes and offers Baldwin infinite wealth in exchange for whatever he finds in his room. But, turns out, Baldwin ends up selling his soul and cut off from all love forever. The story is pretty elaborate for 1913 standards. Paul Wegener plays a very effective role as Baldwin, and probably puts on the best performance of the whole movie. He's very natural, and his act still holds up today as being somewhat modern. This is a very underrated film, and I don't think it got the attention that it deserved. There aren't a whole lot of special effects in the movie. It has some basic but effectively staged split-screen effects, showing the student literally haunting himself. One thing that never really made sense to me is if he's the best swordsman in Prague, then why can't he make any money off of that? He could fight duels with other swordsmen, which could possibly get Margit's attention. But nonetheless, the plot is still awesome, and the film itself is the granddaddy of German expressionism. The production also benefits from using actual locations in the town of Prague. So overall, it's an interesting film to check out. It kinda shows its age a little, but thanks to Peter Wegener, it still holds up pretty well. Check it out. There was also a remake in 1926. The original German title, which is Der Student von Prague, stays the same. However, in the US, they changed the title to The Man Who Cheated Life. Conrad Veidt took the role for this one. He's probably best known for his role in the 1939 film The Spy in Black, where he plays Captain Hart, who's a Nazi spy in that movie. Anyway, the story in this one is practically identical to the 1913 version. There's not really much I can say about this one that I haven't already said about the other one. It's a pretty cool film to see. Personally, I prefer the 1913 version, mainly because of Peter Wegener. But this one is still pretty good though. It has a more intricate take on the story, and the special effects are a lot better. So give it a watch.